In this tutorial, we're going to be printing off the domain and range of a math function. So we're going to be introduced here to the loop statement, or we're going to loop it. Also called the one of the ways to loop is uh, the while function. All right, we're going to use the function f. Of course, I like to use f of x. Right, it's kind of what everybody's familiar with. X squared minus 4. So on the real number line, the actual domain of this function is everything from negative infinity to positive infinity, except we're going to actually limit the domain of the function just some natural numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 for right now. Okay, so this is going to end up being the domain here, the set of numbers 1 through 5. So our domain are the numbers that we plug into the function. So this would be like the domain here, and then the range. So I would plug 1 in to the function, then 1 squared. I'll just write it out like this. So 1 gets mapped to negative 3, and then we plug 2 in. 2 squared minus 4 is 0, and as you can see, so on. So this is what we're going to do in the Python program. We're going to have it do this for us. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to type in import math, and then I'm going to go ahead and define my function f of x. And we're going to define that. So we're going to say we're going to let y equal math dot power x comma 2. So we have to write this instead of writing x squared. And then minus 4. So there we've defined our function, and we want to return y. So when we plug values in for x, right, we get our y out. Okay, we've defined our actual math function. Now we're going to go ahead and define our Python function. Well, I mean, this is a Python function, but anyway. Piece of k, I guess you could say. Now the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to print. I don't think we've used the print statement. We're going to print off the domain. We do separated by comma. Now this right here tabs over. This is going to tab over a space. I use double quotes instead of single quotes. It doesn't matter. You can use either one in Python. Alright. So that's going to print our range off. Now we're going to need to loop this thing, because we're going to loop through the we're going to plug values in and loop through the domain. And here's the thing with Python, really drove me crazy. Best thing to do is just hit enter and stay there, because this thing counts white space. I guess it's something I hadn't talked about, but I guess you really need to have a little bit of a background in Python. I don't go through all the baby steps here on this. So this is going to help us count and loop through the domain. This statement here, and so I'm letting D be our domain, and R is going to be our range. Now remember that was what we're going to call our function, and we're going to plug D in to this. And remember what D is. So C, right, is going to D here. So I'm just renaming that so you know that this is the domain. We could skip and just plug C in there.